Happy holidays, guys. Greetings from HD Hooded Dragons here. In this video, I'm going to do a comparison between the Xbox Series X and the PS5. Now, in a versus battle, normally you want to know who the victor, or who I believe the victor would be out of these two consoles. But ultimately, at the end of the day, which platform is best would be subjective to you, depending on your exclusive games, your friends list, or other means as in the media, not just by gaming. So that's why I'm able to make part series instead of like having one big video of all these categories. It'll be way too long because I want to go in depth with some of these categories. So that being said, thanks for tuning in, and we are gonna start with the surround sound. On the surround sound side of both platforms, it's always been that the PlayStation is particularly have your regular PCM, Dolby Digital, and your DTS, your digital theater sound. On the Xbox side, you have that, plus you have Dolby Atmos, and you have DTS X, which is both 4K audio or 3D surround. Now, this would only affect this surround sound will only affect you if you are running home AVR, a home audio video receiver. So basically, between the Xbox and the PlayStation, particularly the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series X is gonna have to take the win as far as surround sound go, because you have more options on the format. And by the way, they both do their 7.1 and 5.1 support. Now, moving on to the 4K Blu-ray player, they both play Blu-ray player just fine. But the one problem with the PlayStation side is that even though when you play a 4K Blu-ray disc, it don't support, as of right now, it does not support the 3D surround, which is your Dolby Atmos or your DTX master audio. So as far as playing 4K movies on the console, the Xbox is gonna have to take that cake on that aspect. Now, moving on to the party mode system. Oh, and by the way, everything that we're talking about now, it's subject to change when the console update their firmware. But as of right now, as making this video, this is the state that these consoles are in. Alright, now moving on to party mode. Now, party mode on the PlayStation 5 has come a long way. But what I've noticed on the PlayStation 5 is that as far as the party mode go, the PS4 was a lot better as far as party mode go. And the reason why I say this, even though we're doing a comparison with the Xbox, on the Xbox, party mode is the same as previous Xbox, which is beautiful. It doesn't affect anything. No change on the Xbox Series X. But for the PlayStation 5, the party mode this time around is a little bit different from the previous years of the previous predecessor, which is the PS4, because that one works just fine. Now, with your mic is built in on the PS5 controller. As of right now, it affects people that have surround sound. For instance, so if you are in a party mode, when you go to a party mode and you invite your friends in your party, if you run the surround sound, it changes the volume of your surround sound, and a lot of times, even though you bring up the volume on your controller for the mic, it's hard to hear some of uh, the people in your party. Now, as good and innovative and excellent and smart the idea of having the mic built into your controller, it's hard to hear some people sometimes. And on top of that, when you're in a game mode or when you're in a party chat, as of right now, it changes your surround sound. So you really pretty much have to turn up the volume of your surround sound so you can hear the game that you're playing. Now, if you go ahead and change the mic auto switch, where if you were to plug in a mic to your controller, it will basically treat your microphone as like people that have the surround sound headphones. But I don't have the surround sound headphones. I have just the chat headset. So I want to be able to hear better with the chat headset. So once you plug it in, you do hear better with the chat headset. But the problem is that the game sound automatically goes into your headset, and I don't want that. Now, in order to change that, you can turn off the auto switch. But when you turn off the auto switch and you're in and your microphone is plugged in, your friends, your party's voices, the people that's in your party, their voices they jump into the speakers. So, long story short, basically right now they have a lot of work to do with the party system on the PlayStation 5 side. But now if you're not using that system, well, basically is really, like I said, I love the fact that the controller, you don't have to put anything in your ears just to be in a party. But now if they can fix that problem where it's a lot clearer and it doesn't affect your game sound, then I'll give that a pass and it'll be up to par. But as of right now, between the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, the win for the for the party mode will have to go to the Xbox because it still works as the way it's intended. Now, moving on to the controller. Now, obviously, on the controller side, it's subjective to how you what you're used to. Even though the PS5, in my personal opinion, the controller is a lot better than its previous predecessors, it will ultimately depend on what you prefer. But that being said, the PlayStation 5 controller, the DualSense controller, has many innovation. For instance, that you have the haptic feedback, which is a physical responsive feedback to your in-game actions with the dual actuators, which replace traditional rumble motors in your hands. These dynamic vibrations can simulate the feelings of every environment to the recoil of different weapons. And they have also the adaptive triggers, which is you can experience varieties of levels of force and tension as you interact with your in-game gear and environments, from pulling back an increasingly tight bowstring to hitting the brakes on a speeding car. Feel physically connected to your on-screen action. So that is what the information for those two innovations. And as far as controller wise, for that aspect, the win will have to go to the PS5 DualSense controller. So for these four categories, boys, sum it up here. For your surround sound, if you are running surround sound, the Xbox Series X has more formats that you can take advantage of. And for your 4K Blu-ray player, it works great on both systems, but ultimately, if you're watching a high def 4K movie, you're gonna want a high def or a 4K audio, which is your 3D surround. That will have to be on the Xbox. Will have the better format. And for your party mode, as far as the PlayStation has come with the party mode is still superior at this moment on the Xbox Series X. And for the last category in this video, the controller, like I said before, it is subjective to your liking, but ultimately the PS5 DualSense with its innovation is gonna have to ultimately take the cake on that, for that fact that it is has improved dramatically from its previous predecessor. So that is pretty much it for this part 1 of the Xbox Series X versus the PS5. I hope you guys learned something out of that. If you guys have some information that on these categories you guys want to mention, go ahead and put that in the comments below. And then that is pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, and one more thing, if you guys want to see more parts that I'm going to do in the future and more categories on this part series, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But like I said, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hooded Dragons out.